さすがエダポッドキャスト Hello and welcome to Sasuke Ada's monthly podcast where I answer questions, provide a space for you to share your creativity, and let you guys in on what I'm working on this month. You can submit Q&A questions, your headcanons, and any additional messages to me via email or fill out the headcanon submission Google spreadsheet linked in the description. Please read the instructions regarding the template of the email and spreadsheet. If you have any further questions, you can click on my January podcast linked in the description as well and go to the end where I walk you through on how to submit your headcanon and questions. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into business. 皆さんのマイ設定シェアリングタイム Thank you guys so much for all the submissions this month. I didn't expect this much because when I checked earlier this month, there was still like nothing in the headcanon submission form. And then when I checked today, I was like, oh my god, why is there so many? So thank you guys so much for submitting and let's get started. So, our first submission is from Cafe or just Haruka. Thanks Haruka. And the headcanon is for Demon Slayer and it's for aged up Muichiro. Ooh, Muichiro. You know, Muichiro is like one of my favorite pillars in the anime or manga actually, since his his screen time in the anime is like close to none. He's just like really cute, so I really like him, and I have like a thing for like people with like deadpan face, so really excited. So the headcanon is Muichiro, being the forgetful person he is, forgets a lot of things and doesn't really understand how he feels about you, so he uses references and advice from Mitsuri since she is the love Hashira after all. He also, for some reason, has never forgotten you once, and he still doesn't know why. Ooh, that's cute. Wait, is this like assuming that he's known you since before he lost his memory? Because it feels like that's this kind of like setting that you're setting up. So that's really cute. I feel like, you know, even with all the traumatic experience where he lost his memory and he just like still can't forget you, that just like shows just how much of an impact you have on him. So yeah, that's really adorable. One thing about Mitsuri is I feel like even though she's the love Hashira, I feel like she's still just as clueless about love as Muichiro though. So I don't know how good of an advice she can give him. Alright. Moving on, let's do Q&A and messages in its own section because there's quite a lot of headcanons this month. So, okay, moving on. Next headcanon is Naya Arlert or Nia. I don't know how to pronounce this, but sorry if I didn't pronounce it right. Either Naya or Nia Arlert. I can see you're like an Armin fan. And your headcanon is also for Attack on Titan or Shingeki no Kyojin, but it's for Jean? Why not Armin? I thought you were an Arlert. Okay, anyways, Jean's cool too. Jean would hug you from behind while you're doing the dishes, trying to seduce you because, of course, he likes seeing you do things for him, and it turns him on a lot. But yes, he is the sweetest thing ever, 100%. I don't know if he's the sweetest thing 100%. I don't know. Is Jean like a sweet boy? Or is he the kind of boy that's just like man now since the time skip? He doesn't really strike me as like a sweet type, but more as like the really clumsy and like I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm trying kind of type, and the type that's like always messes up. You know, like messing things up. And I think that's why you have to do the dishes for him, because he would like break all of them. I guess he's a sweet talker though. I can see that. I can see him as a sweet talker. But I feel like he's not the type who knows how to do sweet things. Like he's not the very, very thoughtful type. Is my impression of him, I guess. So yeah. This is really cute, and I think it's a really cute situation, you know, just in the family, you know, you guys have your own little family in the house, you know. It's really cute. Yep. Thank you so much for the headcanon submission, and moving on to Felicia. Nice to see you again, Felicia, and you have three headcanons and one situation, and there's like a warning. Also, this is a warning saying that I got carried away and typed too much. All's good. You guys are welcome to type very long headcanons. I personally don't mind, so as long as you guys are willing to sit through. Plus, most of the listeners to these podcasts are like, you know, people who have submissions anyway, so like, you know, you guys are always welcome to give me a really long submissions, because I'm recording this, so it's not like if all doesn't go well, I can always just reread it. Okay, even though I try not to, I try to keep this as natural as possible. Okay, so the headcanon is for My Hero Academia, all three of them, and then the first one is for Hawks. Headcanon number 1, he isn't much of a person who is into gifts, but loves getting them because sorry, recently it's like allergy season, so feeling a little bit allergic, you know, it's affecting my nose and my throat a lot. So let me start over. He isn't much of a person who's into gifts, but loves getting them because it makes him feel special and just feels unexplainably happy. Whenever you think about gifts for him and he feels like you're not able to think of anything, he will subtly let you know. Hawks, OMG, I really want some chicken for my birthday, Felicia. You know I love chicken, right? Winks. And you end up getting him something completely random just to see him confused. When you guys are eating, he usually stretches his arms behind you if you're sitting next to him. His hands will have a chicken wing in it. And he'll make it look like he's gonna kiss you, but will go and take a huge bite out of the wing just to see you blush. I'm so sorry, I didn't think it would be this long. I'm gonna make another entry now. That's so cute. Felicia, you're so cute. It's cute though. I think Hawks would do that because he is like the type that would, you know, tease his significant other. So yeah, I totally can see that. Next is Hawks again, and headcanon number 2. He loves going on walks with you. Whenever you both are going on walks, he would always want you to lock your arms with him. While walking, if it was after a meal, he would make some of his feathers get ice cream for you. He would never get 2 ice creams so that he can snag a bite and lick the ice cream seductively while staring at you. He likes sending you on errands while he secretly follows you. Like, for example, he'll ask you to go get ingredients to make dinner. Once you bought all the stuff and are walking back home, within 5 minutes, he'll swoop you in his arms and fly you home with him. Aww, that's so cute. I like that. I really like that. I think you do that. Yeah. Next is for Bakugo. And then the situation is for a 3rd year UA student. Okay, awesome. Okay. So the situation headcanon. Let's get ready. Bakugo has had a crush on you for the longest time, and he has finally found a perfect opportunity to ask you to be his girlfriend. You and him have a mission to go to a masked ball. I can't read. And spy and uncover secrets about the host, as something fishy is going on with their company. Too much info, right? You're late to the pickup point. Bakugo, as impatient as ever, is blasting your phone with calls and messages. You, under stress, start moving around a little and end up tangling your hair. Mina gets so angry as she spent 1 hour making your hair and it got tangled within a second. She just grabbed the scissor and kept on your bed and gave you a haircut. You started freaking out because you are now 15 minutes late and your hair looks like a bird's nest. I'm so sorry. You take a deep breath, take the scissors from Mina, who's in shock from what she did, and give yourself a wolf cut. Oh my god. But like a loose style, which suits you a lot. You run down thanking Mina, almost knocking her over as she's still in shock. You reach the pickup point and see raging Bakugo banging the driver's seat, telling him to leave you be. Annoying but understanding reaction. You open the door, slide yourself in, and bang the door closed. The car takes off at full speed while Bakugo is kicking the seat, yelling at you. Suddenly, he looks over as sees your new haircut. Shocked, he stares at you. The heck is going on? The heck is going on with your hair? He didn't think you could look better than you already did, and it didn't help that you were wearing such a sexy black dress. Completely flustered, he looks out the window, ignoring your every word the whole ride. When you reach, you both are in your own dazed worlds. When it was time to dance, you both were center of attention. But his plan to ask you out was ruined as the moment you entered the ballroom, your mission started, and on your way back you fell asleep on his shoulder. Sorry. Maybe next time. Disappointed, yet smiling as he rubbed your head, and he thought to himself, "Oh, okay. Maybe next time." Is what he thought. Aw, that's cute. It's a really cute situation. I think Bakugo definitely gets really, really impatient, and yeah, very grumpy, and will yell a lot, and then shut up as he sees you, and completely stunned, and it's like, oh yeah, he just like doesn't know what to say anymore, because he knows if he opens his mouth, he's probably going to start simping, and so he can't afford to do that, so he has to shut up. So cute. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you for the awesome headcanons. Looking forward to what you have next month. And then next we have from Claire, and it's for Naruto, for Kakashi, just before he became Hokage. Ooh, okay. So, Kakashi would barely ever wear his face mask when at home with you, so you'd always be pestered by Naruto asking for a picture. Kakashi would always worry about you as you both are ninjas. He'd always be worried but never show it too much. He'd just ask about your day, but even after you tell him you're okay, he'd always be scared of losing you. He loves when you cook for him because he is so used to eating his own cooking, and ramen, having yours just makes him feel safe, and just that feeling of someone there for you every step of the way. He loves taking long strolls after food because he knows you can't walk much after eating. Aww. He'd get to carry you without him feeling embarrassed. He is a big pervert, of course, and reads makeout tactics over and over again, hence he has an overly active imagination and dicier? Is that the... Okay. So he'd roleplay with you every week or so. Is that word supposed to be... What does dicier mean? I'm sorry. Is that a word? Let me look that up. Sorry. Dicey. Unpredictably and potentially dangerous. Ooh, I didn't know this was a word. Oh, but I can see it because, you know, playing with the dice and... Ah, okay. Learn something new every day, huh? Okay. That's you know, that's cool. That's a cool word. Yeah. Really like the headcanon. Amazing. And I always felt bad for Kakashi because I feel like after losing so many people he likes, it's really hard for him to like get emotionally, romantically attached to someone because he's like afraid, because everyone close to him died, right? So he's like afraid that if he gets too close to someone, he might like curse them. He's like, oh my god, do I have like a curse on me? I'm gonna cause everyone to die. Kind of like low-key Todoroki season 2. Or was it season 1? Oh, I think it was season 1. The Kamino incident. I think that was season 1. Yeah, Todoroki. No, wait. Actually, no, that was season 2. 'Cause season 2 is the right? I totally forgot. Yeah, I think it was season 2. Yeah, Todoroki season 2. Oh, do I have cursed hands? And then Kakashi threw out Naruto. Oh, am I cursed? Am I gonna like kill all the people? Like, are all the people like close to me gonna die? It was just like all of them. Yeah, so cute. Okay. Next we have a submission. A few submissions from Marcy. Thank you, Marcy. Okay. The first headcanon is for Kuroko no Basket, Kuroko Tetsuya! Tetsuya! I love him so much. Okay, the headcanon. Kuroko is a very thoughtful boyfriend. He might seem like he's an airhead due to his aloof visage, but best believe he doesn't forget things that are important, like your anniversary, your birthday, basketball practice or games, etc. He's pretty good with that, although time-wise is a different story. Of course. He'll buy you sweets and treat you. He's a man of few words and even less expressive with his face, but when he shows you his puppy-looking face, I'm just imagining okay, and then you're just absolutely done for. Okay. He's not a guy that that's easily memorable to people with different ideals of him. He's not flashy, nor is he someone who's this awesome, overly handsome guy. He's super down to earth, and his beliefs are pretty much inspiring as well as innocent. It's not just about keeping up or playing the game, it's about respecting who you're playing with and having fun. This could definitely be his life motto. I can see that too. He's definitely not the dominant one in the relationship. He can be quite shy, but when he really wants something, he's pretty straightforward. When he blushes or when he seems as if he'll cry, you'll get protective and possessive because, of course, you need to protect the small baby. Kuroko likes cuddles. He does, but also gives nice head pats. And when he encourages you, it means a lot because he has to work twice as hard. So he knows how it feels to be bummed out if you're not doing well in something you're passionate about. Some days can be pretty rough, so when he puts your needs before his own to make sure you're okay, please do the same for him. He's not always seen or heard, so show him you appreciate him in every way that you can because we all know he can get lost in the background. Help him to voice his concerns. I think he's the type of guy that's really into deep, meaningful conversations. A heart-to-heart with him could probably leave you sobbing in his arms. He doesn't give sloppy or rough kisses. He's more on the side of short to long closed-mouth pecks. And that's all you're getting out of him. I can't imagine him behaving like an animal ready to devour his lover. He's more gracious and careful. It's just not his style. It does fluster him, and he gets red when you take charge. He'll follow your pace, but some things won't change for him, and you're gonna have to calm your filthy, horny ass when you come home at this man. Oh, that's really accurate. Oh my god. Hilariously accurate. Yeah, definitely. I think Kuroko is, sweet guy, very down to the earth, very kind of like spiritual, not very physical, and definitely will need your help when he is trying to. I mean, he doesn't have an issue with voicing his thoughts, And I think whenever people have their attention on him, he usually gets it out pretty well. But if he has trouble, getting their attention, then sometimes I think he will need a little bit of help. Okay. Next headcanon is for Demon Slayer, and it's for aged up Inosuke. Is also from Marcy. Headcanon. I think that getting into a relationship with Inosuke is pretty much a pipe dream since relationships aren't his main priority, but I think he might look a person's way based on their fighting prowess. You'll have to train hard to probably be worth the effort of being a love interest. Like a proper girlfriend, because in the romance department he needs some guidance on. I can literally imagine YN shouting at him, "I like you, go out with me!" Meanwhile, YN is actively trying to kick or pummel him, because he's talking to him like a normal person definitely wouldn't get his attention, and being assertive and confident will pay off with him, even if you have to reiterate the feeling again. Maybe with time, if he sees you're doing your best, he'll probably agree just because he thinks it's flashy or manly how you challenged him to get your feelings across. If you stay dedicated, you could probably teach him to be vulnerable with you because he isn't openly so. You could help to show him why building a love connection is not only important but beautiful. Aw, that's pretty cute. Honestly, I personally don't think Inosuke is necessarily only interested in people who are good at fighting. I guess it also has to do with like the spoiler alert. I guess I won't talk about it, but his spoiler alert, people in the ending, a lot of people are given some love interest, right? And Inosuke is given one too. But it's not explicitly said, but it's kind of implicitly suggested, I guess. I have a lot of I have a lot of hard times. I have hardships imagining him figuring out feelings, figuring out how he feels about someone, and kind of how he gets with someone is supposed in just based on his personality and stuff like that. I feel like it's supposed to come very naturally and gradually, no big confessions or anything. It's just somehow it's just as you guys are kind of interacting with each other and building your trust, maybe going on missions together or anything of the sort, or maybe you're just taking care of him when he's not going on missions. It's just through constant interaction something builds between the two of you, and in the end, gradually this kind of romantic atmosphere just builds between the two of you, maybe a little bit of sexual tension as well, and something just happens, right? And then he doesn't really know what it is, even though you kind of know, but whether you tell him or not, or teach him how to do whatever is a different question. But I feel like with him, it just Inosuke probably wouldn't really understand this feeling. It would just be for him, he would just be more attached to you, and he wouldn't really know why. I think overall it's going to be a really cute relationship. So yeah, thanks Marcy for this second headcanon, and I think that's all we have for headcanons this month, and thank you guys so much for listening, and let's go into the next section. Q&A. So as always, we're gonna read the Q&A questions and messages together, and I'm gonna answer one person by person. So yeah, starting back in our from the beginning, let's going back to Haruka. Thank you, Haruka. And your question for Q&A is, if it's not TMI, what's your sexuality? If you don't want to answer that, which I understand, what is your favorite anime and or favorite anime character? My sexuality isn't very much of a secret because I believe I mentioned it before in like a headcanon video early on in maybe like 2021. But I'm straight. I'm a straight woman, female, and my pronouns are she, her. And I believe I mentioned this in like a headcanon video for either Jiro or Momo or maybe one of like the female characters. And I said that because I'm straight, it's really difficult for me to do like female headcanon like yeah, so yeah, totally okay to ask. I guess you know, you guys can feel free to ask me things like this. I don't really mind, and if there are any questions that I feel like it's like a little bit sensitive or maybe private, then I would just not answer. But you guys can feel free to shoot them at me, and I feel like even if it's like a really like I guess sensitive question, you guys can feel free to ask, and I think me like turning this question down, it could also give you guys a good feel about like what's good and what's not, you know, like what's good to ask and what's not good to ask. So yeah, go ahead. And my favorite anime or favorite anime character, I believe I've like said that a lot, is like favorite anime is really hard, but my favorite anime character is definitely Bakugo. There's just like no questions asked, like Bakugo hands down best boy ever. But favorite anime is very difficult for me because like it definitely changes based on the seasons, I guess. Cause we all know that after some anime like completely finishes, you know, kind of like that hype dies down, and even though it's like a really good anime, but it's like when you're like really hyped about this new anime and stuff like that, you know, you're kind of like whatever you felt originally back then is going to get like, it's going to die down and probably get overpowered by your new found love for this new anime. So it's really hard for me to pick a favorite because there are a lot of really good animes that I, you know, really enjoyed in the past, but it's just that they're over now, and so they're kind of like over my head. So, and the new animes are always coming in, so it's really hard for me to like actually pick a favorite, you know. So okay, and the message. You are one of my all-time favorite YouTubers. You were one of my inspiration to become a YouTuber. Your voice is so calming and it makes me feel better after a bad day. I love you so much. Aw, thank you. Oh my god, I'd love to check out your YouTube channel. You know, definitely leave a link in the comment section and I'd love to check it out. Thank you so much. And then next we have a Q&A from Chifuyu's first waifu. And you said, sorry about the name, I just love him way too much. All's good, we understand. Unfortunately, Chifuyu's second and probably like 1 millionth, second to 1 millionth waifu is not going to be happy about that. But all's good, all's good. Question. What do you think of Chifuyu? Like, do you think he is husband material? Of course! He's definitely husband material. Probably not as much as Baji though, but like, I think Baji definitely has like, I feel like, cause like, you know, do you guys know that Baji was like voted, you know, best boyfriend, like most wanted to be like boyfriend in like the popularity polls. But yeah, I think Chifuyu definitely has that husband boyfriend material personality to him, and he's really sweet and definitely has like a lot of chivalry inside him, and I just think that whoever, you know, can win his heart is going to be like the luckiest woman or man in the world. So Yeah, and he's so cute, you know. Like when I first saw him in the anime, I was like, oh my god, this boy. Because when we first saw him, he was like all beaten up. But the second scene that we saw him was when he was sitting on the swing and calling out to Takemichi, and then I was like, oh shit, he's hot. It's like, okay, but it was like as expected of Tokyo Revengers, because Tokyo Revengers is just like one hot guy after the next. So I was like, okay, hot boy. All right. Your message. Thank you so much for doing Chifu, Spicy, and Fluffy headcanons. I listen to them every day. Thank you so much. You're the best YouTuber ever. I love you so much. You're welcome. And thank you. Thank you for the message. You're so sweet. Next question is from Nia or Naya Arlert. How do you feel on Hanji? Ooh, this is a good question. I like Hanji as a character. And the anime portrays Hanji as like a woman, I guess, like more feminine, but in the manga, and like I think Isayama also mentioned this, is that he never assigned Hanji a gender, and then nobody refers to Hanji with gender pronouns. It's always aitsu or anohito, which means that person. So it's like Hanji's always referred with gender neutral pronouns, and I thought that was really cool, because it's just like this character plays an important role, and regardless of their gender, it's like the gender really does not matter in the story, for Hanji at least. And I feel like it was a really, really cool thing to do on Isayama's part. And I really like Hanji as a character. I feel like Hanji is just like, they play such an important role in Attack on Titan and have like such a unique personality. And even though I'm not like as sexually attracted to Hanji, well, I think the main reason is because because I watched Attack on Titan first before I read the manga. So my first impression of Hanji, because in the anime they portray Hanji more in a feminine way, so is that I thought Hanji was a woman. So I just wasn't as attracted to Hanji, but I did think Hanji was a really cool character, and definitely kind of like a unique character that really felt different from everyone, because during that time everyone was like, oh my god, we hate Titans, we're scared of Titans, and then you get introduced to this character who's like obsessed with Titans, and it just like brings a whole new sense of depth to this show, and I thought that was amazing. So yeah, that's my little thought about Hanji. And your messages, thank you for making my mind just a little dirtier. I love your vid. You're welcome. I don't know if that's a good thing. Sorry to all the parents out there. Sorry, not sorry, I guess. Yeah. Oh god. Okay. Next we have a question from Felicia. Thank you, Felicia. Number 1, have you watched Kakegurui yet? If yes, who is your favorite? Also, how much would you rate Midari Ikishima? Number 2, what are the top 5 animes according to you? If you had to choose the choice to choose a quirk for yourself, what would it be? Oh, that's a lot of questions, but we're gonna get through it. Have I ever watched Kakegurui? No. So I guess the second and third question doesn't really apply to me. And then the next question is, what are your top 5 animes according to you? Oh my god, this is such an opinionated question, so don't kill me. Number 5. Let me actually, you know what? I feel like it's a little bit difficult for me to rate from 5 to 1. Let's do number 1 first. Best anime ever, or best manga ever, or like whatever, best anime story ever. One Piece. Definitely One Piece, because Oda is like my idol. He is my god. I love him so much, and One Piece is just, I know a lot of people don't want to get into One Piece because it's so freaking long, but that's exactly what makes it so amazing, is that it's so long, yet it's such good storytelling. Everything links back to each other, and everything that you thought was just like a small little kind of like, it's like, even though it's like, you know, canon, but everyone feels like it's a small filler within like the big picture of the story. But no, that little small little thing that you probably just went over your head during the time plays a big part in the future, and a lot of the characters are never forgotten. Oda introduced thousands and thousands of characters, and each and every one of them ends up playing a really big part in the story. And it's just amazing to see how good of a storyteller he is. You know, like all the backstories I get from the beginning up till like very now, you constantly see new characters introduced, and then they get like their own little backstories. And in the beginning, you know, a lot of the backstories are a little bit you know, kind of like, okay, not that tragic, but he keeps on refining his ability to tell these backstories, and then like making the characters deeper and deeper and more complex. And up until when he basically told Law, my favorite character, Trafalgar Law's backstory, he was able to combine all the best parts of the backstories that he's told in the past into a single character, and that made Law stand out so much. And so, which is why he's like always, he has been ranking in the top favorite characters in a lot of the popularity polls ever since he was introduced. And I thought that was such an amazing thing, and just like amazing characters, amazing storytelling. And unlike a lot of the other shonen animes, a lot of the female characters don't fall into the like crappy female character tropes. Like even though I feel like Nami, in comparison to, you know, all the male characters, is definitely weaker in the fighting prowess, in the fighting department, but she plays such an important role because she's a navigator, and like her role in the crew is crucial. And same with Robin, just like, I feel like later on her kind of presence in the crew gets a little bit washed by like just the presence of, you know, the big three, which is Sanji, Luffy, and Zoro. But it's just she plays such an important role to the story because of her ability to decipher the poneglyphs. And just like the crucialness of these female characters make them so important. And that is just like quality character building and character design, I guess. And by design, I don't mean like appearance wise. I mean like from appearance to personality, all the way to backstory and the role they play in the story. Every single character is just absolutely amazing. I could go on and on about One Piece. Okay, so yeah, number one, definitely One Piece. And I feel like everything beyond that, everything after number one kind of like just like is like on the same line for me. It's just like One Piece up there, and then everything else all together. But oh god, I'm definitely, let me try to rank them. Number two, let's see, I want to say My Hero, mainly because I personally enjoy it the most, compared second to One Piece, of course, like compared to the rest of the anime. I enjoy it the most. I think this whole like super humanity, like superhuman society, is a really, really good concept and a really, really good take. And also it does, even though it's about a superhuman society, it mirrors our society very well, and it does show a lot of the issues that we currently face in a very fictional way. And I think it's, and then they have such awesome characters like Bakugo, of course, you know, a very good character building, and then really good character design and amazing art Horikoshi is definitely one of my favorite artists in the manga field. I love his art style so much, and it's just like his drawing abilities are just out of the roof. I collect his sketches on on Twitter. Like, I would just like download the images and collect them on my phone and just stare at them every day because they're so good. Yeah, definitely top tier manga and anime. Number 3, I would say Haikyuu. Haikyuu is just because, like, for me, I'm more of like a shonen person, but I'm also more towards like the fantasy fighting kind of person. And so sports animes for me in the beginning, when I first got introduced to sports animes, I was really about it. And mainly, I wasn't as into like the daily slice of life kind of style in the first place. But Haikyuu kind of just like opened up everything to me. At first, it was Kuroko no Basket, which I also really enjoyed, but Haikyuu was so different. Kuroko no Basket, I hate to compare, but it was very unrealistic. It was a good story, but it's like, everything about the characters and their abilities is a little bit not really realistic. Meanwhile, in Haikyuu, it was definitely much more realistic. Like, you feel like these things could happen, even though Kageyama's abilities is maybe a little bit exaggerated. But I think, like, there actually could be people like that. There could be athletes that could pinpoint the ball so well from practice and talent, and I just feel like the story is it just felt real, but at the same time it could make your blood boil, like all the things that happen between the characters, especially the part with Nishinoya and Asahi. Nishinoya trying to bring Asahi back. That part was the first part I actually cried in that anime. I remember so well. Season 1, episode 8. I rewatched that episode so many times. It's just like when Nishinoya yelled at Asahi and it's just like, tell him to please call for the ball once more, ace. And that part, I just like tears, like waterfall. Oh my god. Like, I just, like, how, it's just like the the friendship, the camaraderie, everything that makes my heart pound and my blood just like, like excited, everything about it. Absolutely love it. So Haikyuu, number 3, definitely. Number 4, I think I will go with Jujutsu Kaisen. I think I'll go with Jujutsu Kaisen for number 4. I know I'm going with all these like mainstream shonen animes but like that's personally just like I said this is gonna be very opinionated because I'm into shonen. This is just like my kind of like genre that I like. So I guess you could say this is my top 5 shonen anime pick. The reason why I really like Jujutsu Kaisen is because my first expectation of Jujutsu Kaisen was it's going to be the typical shonen following the shonen template, but it really broke out of the shonen template and just kind of like blew my mind. I loved it from the concept to the pacing, and I loved how it was very fast pacing, and it just like you don't see arcs and arcs of just the characters trying to power up, and like the dynamic between Fushiguro and Itadori is just amazing. It's not like any other shonen rivalry dynamic, and it's like the friendship between them and the bond between them is absolutely amazingly written. And of course, you cannot not talk about the female characters. They're so well written, and a lot of them are so complex, and I just absolutely love that. And then we also have to talk about Gojo, because amazing Gojo, just like I feel like it was a really good idea to put kind of like such an overpowered character to show like the readers like what is the most powerful I guess the ceiling of the power level, of the power dynamic, of the power pyramid, I guess. What is the ceiling going to be like? What people are aiming for? It's good to give like a visual, unlike in, I guess, a lot of other shonen animes is that you see everyone but you don't really know what the most powerful should look like. You know, you're not really shown that in the beginning, but here they show you. It's like, this is the most powerful, this is what we're aiming for, and it's a really amazing to see that. And a lot of the kind of like the power structure and like the way that the jujutsu, the cursed energy was written is very, I think it was really well written and like made so that people could understand it, even though it's fake, you know, like very understandable. And so I really liked that about Jujutsu. Lastly, number 5, I think I want to go with, oh god, like, oh my god, it's so hard to keep picking favorites out of so many good animes. I feel like it's really hard to not rank Attack on Titan up there for the storytelling. It's just amazing because the Attack on Titan is an anti-war story. The whole theme is focused about anti-war, and you see, just like from Eren's point of view, you get to see like from the beginning to the very end, and you kind of like see how his perspective changes and how his personality also changes, and how he grows as a character, and how he is affected by basically the world, the society, and basically the situation he's thrown in. And you get to see that there's really no right and wrong to a war. You basically see that everyone has their own reasons on their side, and it's just like, I think it's amazing storytelling with an amazing concept. Very traumatic, definitely very traumatizing, but great storytelling nonetheless. So yeah, I think I would rank number 5 with Attack on Titan, but it doesn't mean, and like these 5 animes, you know, they don't mean that the others are like not as good as them. It's just like, storytelling wise, I feel like I would rank these on my top 5, but I've definitely enjoyed so much more, and it's like impossible to list all of them. So amazing shows. Okay, next question. If you had a choice to choose a quirk for yourself, what would it be? This is like, I think I guess if any of you guys have read my own fanfiction, Fight Me, Protect Me, Love Me, you would already know the answer. The quirk I use for Kamiko is called Realm. It's basically kind of like a space type quirk, and a kind of like where the main character Kamiko can make a bubble. And in this bubble, she can do whatever she wants, and she is the ruler of the realm, kind of like a godlike existence. She can make anything, anything, do anything, and she could throw things around just by thinking of it. And then in this space, at the border, it's like, it's kind of like a portal, because if you enter it and without her approval, you go straight through the other end of the bubble. So you cannot enter the bubble easily, and so it's a very protective space where Kamiko essentially can do anything inside. And it is a very overpowered quirk, and I think if I could, you know, I would choose that for myself, because it means I get my own personal space, right? You know, it's like, you know, I get my own personal space where I get to do whatever I want. So yeah, definitely would choose that as my own quirk. Okay, next question from Felicia is, what do you think is a big turn on for Hawks? Oh my god, now we're getting to the dirty questions. Okay, so I think Hawks is, you know, I guess he's like a dirty type, so I guess like sexy lingerie is definitely a big turn on for him. And like kind of like bunny outfits, I think, like those slutty bunny outfits, or like slutty, I guess slutty chicken outfits too. I think and I think you would get turned on if you like, you know, acted cute too. Like if you were normally a very deadpan person and like, you know, a little bit tsundere, but then you suddenly act cute towards him, like keigo, like acting like that, and it's just like, you know, big puppy dog eyes. Oh, instant turn on, I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then the message. Sorry for typing so much. I missed last month's podcast. So just wanted to type last month's entry. I for some reason haven't been in the mood to do anything lately. I just feel dull and rarely get motivated for some reason. Whenever I get my motivation, I'm always watching one of your videos. Love your content, girl. Aw. You know, I totally understand. I have those days too. It's just like those days where you just don't want to work, not motivated. It's just like, I feel like it's very seasonal too, because like it's spring, right? I know spring is technically horny season for bird people like hawks, but it is lazy season for people like me who have allergies. And also spring, I guess it's getting closer to summer, but like, you know, in the past month and a half, the temperature was constantly changing. I was feeling drowsy, and even now I have like insane allergic reactions. Whenever I wake up, my eyes would be so puffy because of like the allergic reactions, and it only gets better after I take my allergy medication. And it's not a great season for anyone, so totally understand, Felicia. Like me too, not really motivated. And I think it'll get better with when summer sets in. I feel like it'll get better because you won't have to deal with the drastically changing weather and all of that. So yeah. Next message. I was gonna write more, but seeing as the box has extended so much, plus I think I've bothered you enough. Well, no, it's no bother. Or you guys feel free to write a lot. You know, it's okay. I will do my best to read it. It's just that just know that since I'm reading all these for the first time, like if it's super long, I feel like I will end up breaking the sentence at the wrong part. So, you know, reading wise, I'm not the best reader, so but I really do enjoy your entries, so thank you guys so much. Alright, next question from Claire is, do you plan on doing IRL content anytime soon? IRL as in real life? No, I guess. I don't know, I'm not because my real life like what I do in real life, you know, in my daily life is very boring. I work from home, and I, you know, every day I just kind of like wake up, like move to the computer, get on, and then do my work, and then my 9 to 5 job, and then it's just like, and then afterwards I eat dinner with my parents, you know, play with the pets a little, maybe draw or write fan fiction. It's just like I have a really boring routine life, so I don't really, if I were to do IRL content, I don't know what I would do. Plus I'm too lazy to like get dressed and like, you know, I wear my pajamas at home every day, and then I don't even bother changing out unless I'm going out. So yeah, too lazy to actually get changed to record stuff, so I don't think so. Okay, and then message, hey Ada, I'm in love with your situations, podcasts, and headcanons. Like, all your videos are on repeat over here. Aww. Before I knew about your channel, I thought I was just a little too imaginative, and I was proud of that, but I didn't have anyone to tell anyone these days. I didn't have anyone to tell these, so you doing these monthly podcasts is really best thing for people like me. Thank you so much. I love your work. And just, you've heard this over and over again, but this isn't enough, and I'm gonna say it. You are epic. Thank you. And definitely feel free to keep submitting these, and this is just a space for you guys. And I totally get it, because like my friends, my in real life IRL friends don't like listening to me talk about these either, because they understand and they do watch anime, but they don't simp for these characters as much as I do, and mainly because they actually have a life and I don't. And so yeah, I guess I don't, which is why I kind of like started doing this, is because I don't want to keep bothering them with my my thoughts, my everyday filthy thoughts. And so I decided that I want to post them online, and it's just a way for me to get it out of me. And then it worked for me. So I hope this works for you guys too. So yeah. Thank you so much, and you guys are epic. Okay. And then next we have a question and message from Marcy. Question is, how did you spend your birthday, sweetheart? Aw, I hope it went well. Also, did you start playing Genshin yet, or after talking about considering it? Thank you. Yeah, as some of you guys might know, it was my birthday on the 15th of this month. It went well. I went out to eat lunch with my parents, and then my mom made me cake, and afterwards at night I went to dance, and where my teacher got the whole class to sing happy birthday with me, which is kind of embarrassing because I'm one of the older, like everyone else are teenagers and I'm like in my 20s, and everyone's just singing happy birthday to me. And really funny, there was this one girl who's like so nice. She came up to me and she was like, "Oh my god, it's your birthday!" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Oh my god, happy birthday!" And I was like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, and then she was like, "How old are you?" I was like, 23, and she was like, "Oh." And I was like, oh my god, I love her reaction so much. She was like, "Oh, so you're old?" And I was like, oh. And then she's like, "No, it's just you seem like a teenager." I was like, "Oh, thank you." Hilarious. And I was like, "Yeah, it's just because I'm hella immature." Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah. So, and have I started playing Genshin yet? Okay. No, as you guys saw on my story, I did download it, and I also got a new monitor. Yay! For my birthday, my mom got me like this new monitor that I've always wanted, because like my old one was a little bit small, because like I'm used to using dual monitor, but my desk right now only has space for one, and I wanted another one, but I don't really have space for two. It's a little small, so putting one monitor seems a little bit empty, but putting two, it's definitely not going to fit. So I got an ultra wide, and my mom decided to gift it to me for my birthday, even though I was going to buy it myself. She decided that she wanted to buy it for me, so that was really nice of her. And then I downloaded Genshin after that, and now I haven't been able to actually start playing yet because I'm a little bit busy. But I want to start playing soon, and I want to stream myself playing it. So I don't know if I should do it on YouTube or even like Twitch. Probably just YouTube, because like all my fan base is on YouTube and I don't really use Twitch. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing that, and I hopefully you guys can watch me play, and you guys can probably teach me along the way. And oh yeah, I made a I have made an account on Discord, and I will be posting the link to my Discord channel in the description of the video, and you guys can join. And when I stream Genshin, you guys can feel free to join the Discord channel and guide me along the way, because I don't play games. I literally do not play games, so I'm going to suck at it so much. So you guys can guide me, and then if I guess cheat my way through the game with your help. So yeah. Planning on doing it soon. I don't really have a date for that, it's probably just going to be very spontaneous because, as you guys know, I do work and I barely find time to do these things. So hopefully, in the future, can get to that. Next, your message is, "Hi Ada, I hope all is well. Just super happy as always to see your amazing work being posted and admired as well as appreciated. I pray that your job isn't too stressful, and it's always a pleasure seeing that you take time to feed us with great content. And also, it's another year with you being here. You're 1 year older girl." Oh my god, thanks for reminding me. I feel so happy that you're taking each day within stride and that you've reached another milestone in your life as a maturing woman. Continue taking care of yourself and do best at work and whatever you put your mind to. Love you, Ada, and keep up the awesome work. Oh, thank you, Marcy. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for the happy birthday wishes. It really did make my day. And yes, I have been a little bit busy with work, which is why I haven't been posting as much content lately. As I mentioned before, I do work for a tech company, and a lot of times we have to push new version releases, and so recently this Friday was the code freeze for our next version release, which means code freeze means that like everything that we've made stops here, and then we have to get this version all compiled together and then like pushed out, and not officially but kind of like pushed into the testing environments. And then any changes that we want to put that didn't make the code freeze, we would have to like put it in before the actual release. So it is a very stressful time, I guess, because a lot of the things that we were assigned to do, if we didn't estimate the level of effort well enough, sometimes maybe we thought this would only take us 10 days, but it actually takes 15, then we would be a little bit stressful trying to make the deadline. So yeah, that was why the past few weeks have been a little bit stressful for me, but all's good. It's just usual 9 to 5 work, white collar people problems. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, that is it with the Q&A and messages. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the amazing submissions and questions. I really enjoyed answering them, and your messages always make my day. So I want to take this chance to thank you guys again so much for everything that you guys have submitted. Thank you guys so much. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, is that I've been busy with work the past month, so which is why I didn't really prepare a topic this month to talk about. Usually I would talk about something that's happened either in my life or some important anime related topic going around, usually affected by what I see in the social media, but recently I haven't been able to be on TikTok a lot. Usually I would see a lot of things happen on TikTok, and then I would think, oh, this would be a good thing to talk about in my podcast, but recently not really, didn't really see much. But we have the tea of the year to talk about, and the tea of the month, I guess, is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's court case, the defamation case. If you guys have noticed, I did post about it in my community post. I said that I wanted the Wattpad account. I wanted to know the Wattpad account of whoever wrote Amber Heard's script. That was mainly because it was if you guys heard her testimony, it was the details of her testimony. It literally just sounded like a Wattpad story, especially that part. My favorite part was that part where she's I fell onto the carpet, and I just felt oh my god, how could the carpet be so dirty? And I was like, girl, are you serious right now? It's if you were actually getting hit, would you actually notice the carpet, what the state of the carpet is in, unless you're in a Wattpad story. That is such a Wattpad story to say. thing to say. And I was just like, yeah, this is definitely fake. It was just like the most hilarious thing I've ever heard, and I just like felt like I was listening to an audio reading of like something someone wrote on Wattpad, and I was like, oh my god, like whoever wrote this is a genius. I wanted to like write a fan fiction of it, but I was like, nah, nobody's gonna read it. Oh my god, it was too good. So yeah, what do you guys think about the Johnny Depp defamation case? Like, are you guys following it? Let me know in the comments, because like that is just the best tea of the year so far. You know, I usually don't like to follow these kind of like things because I'm not really into like celebrities and stuff, and I've actually never watched Pirates of the Caribbean. When I was little, because it came out when I was pretty little, and at the time my parents didn't really let me watch a lot of TV, especially like American channels, and so growing up I missed out on a lot of like the like movies, like even Harry Potter. I never read or watched Harry Potter as a kid, and I only very, very recently started watching the Harry Potter movies, like catching up with these like pop culture references, and that was purely out of boredom, like me in my 20s, purely out of boredom, catching up with pop culture references that I should have been into as a kid. You know, it's just like, ugh. Yeah, so I usually never follow this kind of stuff, but out of boredom while I was working, because, you know, everyday coding is just so freaking boring, and especially when you're just like debugging, and so I just kind of like listened to the testimonies and the cross-examinations on live there on TikTok. I would open up TikTok and there would be live streaming of the court case, and I would just listen to it, and it is so funny listening to Amber Heard. I feel like Amber Heard's testimony was like the best part of the entire court case, because it was just like the most hilarious thing ever to listen to. Definitely highly recommend you guys to catch up on that if you haven't. It's amazing tea, you know. Like everything aside, like what I feel about the case, and you know, all that pushed aside, I just thought it was amazing tea, you know. And it's great. It's great. So yeah, that's it about the Johnny defamation case. I don't want to get into too much detail about it, because you know, I personally don't really care much about it. It's just like something I use to kind of like kill my boredom. And normally I would talk a little bit about what I'm working on this month as well, and I decided that since I haven't been as active lately, video-wise, haven't been pushing out enough content, I decided that as thanks for you guys for watching this podcast, because I know not everyone that follows me watches the podcast. Sorry, I can't talk. So for you guys who have gotten this far in the podcast, I have a little bit of a surprise gift for you. I am currently working on this video. It's going to be pretty short, but the amount of effort and time I have put into this video is insane, and I'm still only like halfway done. I made like so many drawings just for this video, so I hope you guys like it. This is kind of like a draft version of what I'm hoping to put out. So a lot of these drawings there are just sketches of the final product, so this isn't the final product, but it's kind of like a preview of what I'm trying to make. So yeah, hope you guys like it, and after I put this out, I'm probably just gonna end the podcast here, because today is a little bit hectic for me, and I'm pretty busy today, so I'm going to just cut it here. So yep, I'll see you guys later, and enjoy the preview. Thank you.